Hey nerds, welcome to Jared Reacts. We're gonna do The Boys recap. All 3 seasons are done. If you've never watched a recap, we're basically just gonna run through what we've watched so far. Brief recap, summary, talking points, thoughts, maybe, who knows, and then the JerAwards. The JerAwards, we're gonna go over our favorite episode, our favorite scene, funniest moment, etc. We're gonna rank the seasons, and we're gonna say rest in peace to all the people that have died along the way. And when it comes to The Boys, there's been a lot of fucking people that have died. So if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. Daily content. If there's a date, there's a reaction. There will be links in the description box for the Patreon, Twitch stream, and everything in between. All 24 episodes of The Boys are now available both here on YouTube for free and over on Patreon. However you want to support, however you want to watch, the choice is yours. And yes, we will be watching Gen V here shortly. I don't know when, but it's on the list. So without further ado, many people think these are these long, drawn-out recaps that a bunch of people do, going over plot details and stuff. Nah, it's maybe the worst recap you'll ever watch, but we're going to dive into it. Those are my favorite comments. Here we go. So we open up The Boys. We have a character named Huey, just a regular old boy who works in like an appliance store, an electric shop, basically. They can fix your cable and give you electric cords and stuff. Well, Huey has a girlfriend named Robin. Huey and Robin have a long future ahead of them. As they're standing there having a conversation, holding hands, Robin fucking explodes. Why? Because a superhero just ran straight through her. Our first introduction to one of the 7 is the one and only A-Train. To accompany A-Train in the 7, you have A-Train, you have Queen Maeve, you have Black Noir, you have the Deep, you have Lamplighter, you have Homelander, and the soon-to-be talked about Translucent. That is your 7. That is your Avengers, essentially, within this universe. So Robin gets exploded, like right off the rip. Like she's just blown up. She's gone, bing, bam, boop. And in doing so, in this grieving process, Vought wants him to sign paperwork, this, that, and the other. Huey just wants an apology from A-Train, and he kind of gets a half-assed one, but it's neither here nor there. He ends up meeting a character by the name of Butcher. Butcher's an FBI agent, except he's not. Butcher, for a living, kills soups. Yeah, and he wants to get revenge here for old Huey. So what do? They get some evidence. They see what they're up to. Bing, bam, boop. He really just wants payback in this situation on A-Train. In the process of all of this, as they feel like they're getting closer to being able to turn over A-Train and this, that, and the other, we get introduced to Translucent, who's invisible all the time. He comes here to fuck up Lil Huey, but instead he gets captured by Butcher and Huey in the process. Now, during all of this, we also get introduced to a character by the name of Starlight. Starlight is a young girl auditioning to be the new member of the 7 since Lamplighter has retired. She wins. She's officially the new member. First day on the job, she meets the Deep. Deep says he's second in command, this, that, and the other, and he essentially assaults her, basically. Sexually assaults her and telling her it's part of the initiation, this, that, and the other. And it feels like, while it's not, it feels like it's downplayed throughout the entire series about how, like, tragic and traumatizing that can be for someone. And I feel like it's kind of just blown past. It's mentioned often, and they want to make it a big deal. It just never really feels like it's a big deal. So on that side of it, the Deep is kind of kicked off the team at a certain point, but we'll get back around to it. So with them having Translucent, they're, the 7, the superheroes are all out looking for him. Starlight's trying to adjust to this new life as a superhero, and Butcher gets the boys back together. He gets Frenchie, he gets Mother's Milk, and with Translucent, his skin's impenetrable. They put a bomb in his ass, and Huey blows him up. They've officially killed a superhero. So, trying to figure out how to kill superheroes, Butcher, his whole goal is revealed that he wants to kill Homelander, the Superman of this universe, the big bad, essentially. And it's like, man, why do you want to kill all these superheroes? Because they're dicks. They're the fucking worst people, if you hadn't already figured that out from the Deep. So we get a bunch of stuff just about how horrible they are. I think this was in the first season, where Homelander and Queen Maeve let a plane full of people die. Homelander really doesn't kind of give a shit. He's just doing his job because this is his job. And Butcher wants to kill Homelander because his wife Becca's been missing this whole time. Come to find out, uh, Homelander had assaulted his wife. He thinks his wife is dead. She's been missing for 8 years, but it's kind of obvious that she's not dead. So lo and behold, while all this is going on, we even see Homelander drinking booby milk and being a little mommy's boy and role playing and shit. Through all of this weirdness, Butcher's kind of figured out. He knows that Homelander is a soft spot for Madeline Stillwell. Now, Butcher goes to set up this moment to get Homelander basically cornered. He has Stillwell taped up with C4, threatening to blow her up. And in one of the most tense moments of the entire show, like, it is tense. See, Homelander found out they were keeping secrets. They were keeping secrets from him. Homelander found out the truth about something. So Homelander takes it upon himself to do what Butcher was trying to do. He kills Stillwell. Butcher's like, I got nothing left to live for. He blows up this house. Homelander in the process saves Stillwell's baby and saves Butcher, but he takes Butcher to a location. There's a little boy right there with blonde hair who ends up getting recast. But there's a little neo-Nazi boy right there. And then out walks Becca, Butcher's wife, who he hasn't seen in 8 years, with a kid. A kid that she had with Homelander. And that's how season 1 ends. And that was how chaotic it was from start to finish. Now, on the flip side, you jump right into season 2. Well, Translucent's dead. Homelander has a kid. They need a new hero. They get this girl Stormfront. Stormfront turns out to be an old racist superhero by the name of Liberty. She's racist. She kills black folks for fun. That's what she does. Killed an Asian man for fun. Because that's what she wanted to do. Stormfront is a huge piece of shit. Butcher ends up finding out where Becca's located. He goes, sees her, they make out, they kiss, they smash. He wants to get her out. She wants to make sure her son comes. She can see Butcher's really not on board with also saving the kids, so she kind of separates herself from Butcher. The whole time there's a bunch of situations throughout the show with the boys kind of having some drama, adjusting. Huey and Starlight, who kind of met each other and found each other in the first season and kind of fell in love, kind of go through ups and downs and lying in their relationship. We see other things across the seasons, like A-Train killing his girlfriend, Popclaw. All of those things are just, they're off to the side. Main story right here. Butcher still wants to kill Homelander. He just doesn't have the means to do so. He finally has a way to break Becca out, and she chooses not to go with him. So while they're all on the run, they're all hidden because they're wanted fugitives. As soon as they get close to getting some background information on the heroes, one of the girls' heads explodes. They have no idea how this head is exploding. News is leaked that superheroes are not born with powers. No. Superheroes aren't born with powers. They're created in a lab by something called Compound V. A-Train even takes it to make himself run faster. It's like a drug for them. So this Compound V is tricky. It's fucky. So as this information is ready to get leaked, as one of these people, I can't think of his name, the one that helped create Homelander, he's about to release some truth, and they're about to take VOD down and this, that, and the other. Heads start exploding in Congress. Blip, 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 blip. Nobody knows who's doing it. It's terrifying. It can happen at any moment. Also, throughout season 2, Lamplighter comes out of retirement, kind of sort of for a little bit. He kills himself. Whatever. He also had information. It all just continuously seems to backfire. But in a turn of events towards the back end of season 2, we're talking about the finale here, Becca kind of apologizes. Butcher and Becca, they're going to kind of fight Homelander to rescue those two. He wants to rescue the kid as well. Or no, Becca had escaped and she needed to go back and get her kid. So Butcher's willing to go do this for her. Bing, bam, boop. He initially was just going to leave the kid, but he sees how much his wife loves her son, and it's all conflicting shit. With all of them working for weapons to try to help take down Homelander, who Homelander at this point has, that's what it was. Homelander and Stormfront had stolen Ryan from Becca. So Becca escapes. She finds Butcher, and now they have to go rescue. They got to go rescue old boy. It gets revealed to the public that Stormfront is a fucking Nazi, but you know how people are. They really don't give a shit. Like, hell yeah, brother, bring it back. So at this point, they go to try to save Becca. There's a huge showdown. It seems like the car gets flipped. Becca dies, except she doesn't. They get out. Bing, bam, boop. Homelander's confronting Becca and Butcher. And just when you think shit's about to go sideways, it kind of gets even worse as Ryan's eyes light up. He shoots his laser eye power. He kills Stormfront. Oh, and Stormfront was about to do something. So he kills Stormfront, turns her into a smoked sausage. But in the process, he accidentally hit his mother. He kills Becca. And as Homelander comes to try to shut this shit down, Ryan makes a decision to leave with Butcher. Maeve, stopping Homelander from killing Butcher and his son, or Butcher and Ryan, plays the video of the wreckage from the plane I mentioned previously. Blackmail. Homelander kind of defeated in this sense. He bounces. During all of this as well, back to season 1, we had met a character by the name of Kimiko. That's important. She's kind of immortal. She can heal. She's like X-23. This is all over the place, but I have small bullet points and much more mental notes up here. So season 3 comes back around, and the boys have kind of been forgiven for their sins. They're now working with the government, and in working with the government, Huey realizes, he sees, as we saw at the end of season 2, who was popping heads. It was, I forgot her name, Victoria Newman. So Victoria Newman, who was in the Congress stuff, she's the one that can pop heads. We thought she's been innocent this whole time. Huey goes to work for her. They're working with the CIA to help do stuff. All of this, they're getting paid. All of these things. Butcher has Ryan in a secure location. He ends up being a dick and saying some hateful shit and pretty much pushing Ryan away from himself. But they still need to kill Homelander. Maeve ends up giving Butcher some temporary V, which gives you temporary powers. We also learn about Soldier Boy from back in the day and how they had kind of found a weapon to potentially that could kill Homelander. They need to go to Russia to try to get it. So they learn about this former team called Payback. They go to get this info and they end up running into Soldier Boy. So Butcher's been taking this temporary V. He went and killed a character by the name of Gunpowder. He has laser eyes and super strength and stuff. Everything that he hates about Homelander, he's manifested as his own powers. Huey ends up wanting to take it as well. Huey can teleport. Soldier Boy ends up being played by Jensen Ackles, who is Dean Winchester from Supernatural. So now that Soldier Boy's here, they need Soldier Boy to kill Homelander. Soldier Boy has this nuke ability that can remove the compound V from your body, as he does to Kimiko at one point. So, with all that being said, they make a deal. They're going to help Soldier Boy kill the members of Payback if he helps them kill Homelander. And they do. He blows through Payback. All of those people are dead. Black Noir says he wants to team up with Homelander after kind of abandoning him, but Homelander ends up killing Black Noir. And it's kind of revealed that, you know, they all had to turn on Soldier Boy for a certain reason. They were passing on the spotlight to somebody new, essentially. And that somebody new was going to end up being Homelander. So they were passing on the top spot. They were going from Captain America to Superman in terms of like, this is going to be our new person. Well, that's not the case. Because the big twist is Soldier Boy is Homelander's father. With his DNA made in a test tube. That's what we got. So, this reveal slows down Soldier Boy for a second. We learn that the temporary V is slowly killing Butcher and Huey. 3 to 5 doses is lethal. Butcher's taken 4, Huey's taken 3. Butcher knocks out Huey to stop him from taking more. Butcher takes his 5th dose, and they go to fight Homelander in VOD Tower. So Queen Maeve, Soldier Boy, and Butcher all go to fight Homelander. Homelander has Ryan with him. Ryan's now choosing Homelander over Butcher. Makes the fight a little more complicated. Right when they're able to kill Homelander, finally, Butcher has a change of heart. He doesn't want the kid to die because of a promise he made to his wife. So him and Soldier Boy fight it out. Soldier Boy has a moment where his PTSD is triggered. He's about to blow up. Queen Maeve tackles him out of the building. Explosion. Queen Maeve dead. Memorial service for her. Homelander gets away again, almost dying twice this season. Come to find out, Maeve really didn't die. She just lost her powers. So now she's going to go into hiding. She's going to go be a regular ass person with her cute little girlfriend. Butcher finds out that he's dying. He has maybe 12 months left to live, 12 to 15 months. And yeah, the boys are all together. This now includes Starlight, who has since retired from being with the Seven. She now plans on being a part of the boys. So we have that main group. Obviously, we're not going to spend a bunch of time talking about MM. Soldier Boy killed his parents. Frenchie had a whole side story. MM had a whole side story. Kimiko had a whole side story. That was just kind of like the main bullet points. And all of it, you need all of the story to make the full context, but we don't have an hour to sit here and listen to me ramble on about this show from my own memory. You can watch it all. It's on Amazon Prime Video. You can watch me react to it all on YouTube or on Patreon. All of that's there. The main point is we're going into season 4 with Butcher having a son. I'm sorry, with Homelander having a son. The last shot of season 3 is Homelander killing an innocent person, a protester, for just disagreeing with his beliefs. And the rah-rah guns, God, guns, and Homelander crowd, they accept him for killing that dude. So there's only 3 members of the 7. A-Train, who's running around with a racist heart now. That's a whole side story. The Deep, who is still alive for some reason and didn't face any really consequences for a sexual assault. Black Noir is dead. Queen Maeve no longer has powers. Lamplighter is dead. Stormfront is dead. Starlight has retired. I think that's everybody, honestly. So, all in all, that's kind of the boys. Butcher's whole goal is to kill Homelander for what he did to his wife, but it just keeps getting pushed aside and pushed aside. A lot of drama, a lot of love, hilarious show, a lot of brutality, a lot of gore, nudity, sex, violence, rock and roll, drugs, all the stuff, right? So that's your shitty recap of the boys. But my favorite part of all of this is the JerAwards for the boys. We were going to do this for each and every season, but we decided to lump it all together. Now that we're caught up, we can do season 4 on its own, and then we'll have a series finale when the time comes. But first up is going to be favorite episode. I'm not giving you a list of the nominees. I'm going to give you the winners from each of the seasons, and then we'll pick a current overall winner. So favorite episode from season 1 was the finale, You Found Me. It all came together with a big reveal. Season 2, What I Know, the finale. Holy hell, one of the best episodes of television I've ever watched. And season 3 was episode 6, which was Herogasm. It was a bunch of nudity, it was a bunch of boning, there was good scenes, there was a good fight, there was all of these pieces together, and it was phenomenal. But my favorite scene, or favorite episode so far from The Boys, is season 2, episode 8, What I Know, because it was emotional. I was crying. Everybody was together. Butcher had his wife. She's dead. This boy that he doesn't even know is kind of now is like a stepson at the moment. It doesn't really go from there where you think it would go, but it's just, it's one of the best, like I said, best episodes of television I've ever watched. Favorite scene from season 1 was Homelander calling Butcher's bluff in the finale there with Stillwell. And Homelander ends up killing her, and the whole time the baby's crying, and Stillwell's asking for the baby, and there's just all of this drama and tension. Oh, so good. From season 2, MM going back into the dead well to sit next to Huey, who's in shock with the well heart beating next to him. Again, a phenomenal scene. And from season 3, episode 6, A-Train's apology to Huey was good. It was good because he really meant that shit. But my favorite scene from the entire show so far is Homelander actually calling the bluff from Butcher, and that whole sequence of his monologue revealing his truths, Butcher saying his truths, Stillwell scared for her life and trying to praise Homelander and knowing it's not going to go her way, and her baby's in the house. It's just really good shit, you know? Most heartbreaking scene, there's a bunch, but I'm just going to go with the winners. From 1-8, Butcher seeing his wife again with the son that isn't his. Ooh, that stings. From 2-8, Butcher seeing Becca is dead, and her son is the one that killed her, essentially. and him wanting to kill that little boy but choosing to protect him instead because he is just an innocent child. From 3-7, Butcher watching Lenny kill himself in the past and waking up and seeing that Huey looks like Lenny. It's a whole mess. But the most heartbreaking scene for me was Butcher seeing Becca like that, because it actually brought real tears to my eyes. And it was just his wife that he loved so much is gone, and he made her a promise to protect her son. And funniest scene, again, there's a bunch. This show is hilarious. I only had to pick a couple. One, Butcher telling old girl the translucent could be in the corner, rubbing one out. Hilarious timing. From season 1-5 as well, Butcher calling God a cunt. The way he said it to the people he said it to. From season 2, the love sausage. Season 3, MM and Frenchie making fun of each other are the ones that come to mind off the top of my head. I know there's funnier scenes out there. There's things I probably laughed a lot harder at. But I don't really know, because there are funnier scenes and I didn't write them down. The ones I did write down, the file got deleted by accident. So I don't know. Them running into the whale was hilarious. The dolphin scene was traumatic, but also hilarious. There's been a lot of really funny stuff. Most of it comes around the Butcher. But I think I'm just gonna go. I think I'm just gonna go with MM and Frenchie kind of making fun of each other. There's a scene in episode 3, I can't remember exactly what, but they're going back and forth with some quips. That was pretty funny. Like I said, there's wilder things out there, but I can't think of it off the top of my brain. Favorite kiss. I mean, I have a clear winner for this. Huey and Starlight's first kiss was super wholesome. I loved everything about it. Butcher and Becca's first kiss back was beautiful. Frenchie and Kimiko's real kiss in season 3 was also beautiful. That's in order from season 1, 2, and 3. But my favorite kiss from the entire show was Butcher and Becca, because that's his wife, man. That was his baby. Oof. Favorite kill. I have a few here. A-Train running through Robin. Huey blowing up Translucent. Pop Claw smashing her landlord with her cheeks. Homelander killing Stillwell. Susan Rayner getting her head popped. But your winner is the last thing I'm going to say on here. There was a couple gnarly kills in season 3, especially from Soldier Boy's point of view. But my favorite kill the entire show was Termite sneezing inside of his boyfriend's dick. Because what the fuck? That's one of the craziest things I've seen in a show ever. And you kind of felt that it was coming too, and it just made it even more wild. Insanity. Favorite member of the 7. Yeah. Seasons 1 and 2 was Starlight, and season 3 was actually Black Noir, since Starlight kind of opted out. I think Black Noir is a really interesting backstory, and yet he's fucking dead. A-Train's growing on me a little bit here and there. I think he could have a really good turn of events, but obviously my favorite member of the 7 is going to be Starlight all the way around. If you remove Starlight and just have it as the original members of the 7, then it would be Black Noir by a landslide. Favorite member of the boys. In season 1, it was Butcher. Like, I vibe with Butcher a lot in season 1. Season 2 was Mother's Milk. Just seeing more of him was beautiful. He was also almost the winner of season 3, but Frenchie kind of took it, getting more of his background and exposition and realizing what he's been through. I really have a soft spot for Frenchie. So those are your winners from 1, 2, and 3. But I think my overall favorite character of the boys is actually a tie between 2 people, and that is Mother's Milk and Kimiko. Yeah, MM just warms my heart, and Kimiko is such a badass, but she's also just a sweet little bean, and I love her. Favorite ship. Favorite relationship. Season 1 was Huey and Starlight. Season 2 was Butcher and Becca. Season 3 was Frenchie and Kimiko. I think at this point right now in the show, my favorite overall ship, because they're still going strong, is or not necessarily going strong, but something I want, is Frenchie and Kimiko. Whether that stays platonic or they end up in a full-blown relationship, Frenchie and Kimiko have such good chemistry that every time they're together, I'm like, yeah, look at them. They're adorable. Favorite friendship. This is just overall. I didn't list it by season, so we're just going to pick one overall winner. Butcher and Huey. MM and Huey. MM and Frenchie. Frenchie and Kimiko is also listed there. Also put Maeve and Butcher, even though they're not really friends. They just fucked one time. It was weird. I don't know how I felt about it. But my favorite friendship is probably going to end up being Butcher and Huey, because it is so toxic. MM and Frenchie's probably the most entertaining friendship because there's not really friends there. But Butcher and Huey have such layers to them and parallels to Butcher and his brother. I think there's just a deeper story there that's still yet to be told. But I think a good also nominee would be MM and Starlight. I think there's a really good friendship there as well. Least favorite character. It should be Stormfront. And the reason I say it should be Stormfront is because my least favorite character is the Deep. I just hate him every time he's on screen. But the Deep is so unintentionally funny. And he's funny in the sense of like he's a bitch, right? Like he thinks he's doing good, but he's always just the worst possible character on screen. And that brings entertainment value at his despair. So it should be Stormfront. And I fucking hate Stormfront. But I hate seeing the Deep. Co-winners. The Deep and Stormfront. There we go. Easy peasy. Most underrated character, it's hard to pick between because it would be anybody from the boys, really. But I went ahead and gave it to Frenchie. I think Frenchie's the most underrated. I think we give MM credit where credit's due, but Frenchie, just because he's kind of a junkie sometimes, is... I don't think we give Frenchie enough credit for the things he does sometimes for the boys. Favorite character. Ooh, this is a big one. Your nominees. This isn't from seasons. This is going to be overall. Your nominees for total for 3 seasons worth. Favorite characters. Butcher, Huey, Frenchie, MM, Kimiko, Starlight, Stan Edgar. Because I love that dude. My favorite characters so far in the boys. Notice there was no Soups listed because they're all dickheads. My favorite character so far from the boys is probably... Ooh, it's tough. It's tough. I would say MM. I like his character every time he's on screen. He always has the best shirts. He's kind of like a moral compass to the group, and his relationship with his daughter and the things that he's trying to do. His backstory, him finally opening up to be himself to his daughter. There's a lot of great things there. I say Mother's Milk's probably my favorite character. Kimiko is a very, very close second, though. So I also like to name my seasons and season finales. I'm going to go ahead and give you my current season ranking since it's just 3 seasons. First, I'm going to give you the names for my seasons. Season 1 is just Dawn of the Seven. Come on. Season 2 is Love Hurts. Season 3 is The Truth Revealed. Ranking seasons from worst to best. And when I say worst, I don't mean it's actually a bad season. It's just my least favorite of the 3. But all 3 of these seasons are phenomenal. So in order, from least favorite to favorite, Season 3, Season 1, Season 2. Season 2 is perfection. Season 3 is great, but Season 1 is such good suspense. Season 2 just kind of perfects that. And Season 3 goes and does its own thing, but it's still pretty solid. For the finale, though, the names for the finale for Season 1 finale is entitled Mari. Season 2 finale is Blackmail. And Season 3 finale is The Real Me. The Real Slim Shady. So ranking is the same as the seasons. It is 2-1-3 for favorite to least favorite. Season 3 finale leaves me wanting more, but it's setting up for a big Season 4. Season 1 finale was jaw-dropping, and Season 2 was just a holy shit moment. So Season 2, 1, 3 all around is best to worst in that order. Which leads us to the last thing we do on these, and that is our in memoriam, our in loving memory to the following. Jesus fuck, are you ready for this? From Season 1, the robber Homelander killed, Robin, mayor of Baltimore and his son, everyone else on the plane, Translucent, Alexi Lutz, the landlord, all the guards Kimiko killed, the terrorist Maven Homelander killed, 123 people on the plane Homelander let die, Popclaw, the Dolphin that Deep tried to rescue, the VOD agents Laser Baby killed, Mesmer, 4 terrorists and 4 SEAL agents, the VOD guards, Madeline Stillwell. From season 2, the Peeps Black Noir killed, Blind Spot, Susan Rayner, all the black folks Stormfront killed, all the other 55 people in the building, Kenji, Kimiko's brother, the doppelganger, random soups, the asylum staff, the acid vomit guy, EMP dude, my eyes are starting to water, Dennis, Lamplighter, Shockwave, Vogelbahn, whatever the fuck his name was, the rest of Congress, Becca Butcher, Alistair. I forgot all about the Alistair stuff. From season 3, Peter, Termite's boyfriend, Tony, Stormfront, Chelsea, Gunpowder, Swatto, all the soldiers from back in the day, bunch of Russian guards, Supersonic, 19 people killed after Soldier Boy nuked them, Yevgeny, Tommy and Tessa, the TNT twins, 10 other soups from Herogasm, Blue Hawk, Termite, Father Wallace, Nun, Lenny, Mindstorm, the 5 Vault Men, Black Noir, and the random protester at the end. Rest in peace, rest in piss, rest in dirt, whatever you want to say to them. Those are the ones we've lost along the way. Kimiko was on that list briefly because she died and she came back to life. But that is your first 3 seasons of The Boys in around 36 minutes, depending on what gets cut and moved around and stuff. I've been recording for 36 minutes. That's what we got. So far, The Boys, standalone through 3 seasons, one of my favorite shows I've ever watched. Unfortunately, The Boys and Supernatural. Well, The Boys may be included in the 2023 JerAwards because I finished watching it in 2023. It's just 1 episode on Sunday and Wednesday. That's a full week. A month is a season. You know, you get 2 episodes a week. That's 4 weeks for 8 episodes. So that's a whole month. So they may be included. Supernatural won't be included in the 2023 overall JerAwards, but The Boys is great. I think they have a lot of room where they can do more stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing the things they come up with and the things they create. I think it's going to be fucking nutty the more that time passes. And I adore this show. I want to see more of Starlight and Huey. I want to see if Butcher actually ends up dying or if something happens. Maybe he takes actual Compound V and becomes a soup. I want to see if Starlight, you know, what Annie January does from here. If MM gets his wife back. If Frenchie and Kimiko get together. If Soldier Boy stays on ice. If, you know, Homelander ends up as president. If Bobby Singer dies. I just want to know what transpires and takes place. And we have to wait until season 4. I still haven't watched the season 4 trailer. I'm going to watch that soon. That'll be up before, actually, shit, I'll probably wait to upload it until around this time. So, yeah, that's what we got going on. That's the recap. I know it's long-winded, but I like to do these. So, at the end of season 4, we'll do one of these. The nominees and stuff will only be from season 4, this, that, and the other. And those grand winners will go into a full show. And once the show is done, we'll have a full series finale. Maybe not a full series recap, but we'll definitely have a full series finale of just the JerAwards to hand out award winners for this show. So, yeah. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you watched this long, again, every episode's on Patreon and here on YouTube. And I'm going to go ahead and head out. So I will see you for season 4, episode 1 when it drops. I will see you actually over on Gen V as well. We'll do a Gen V recap once it's finished. But I will have links and everything in the description box down below. I will have playlist up on screen. As always, stay cute, stay hydrated, and I'll catch you on the next one.